There are many things to think about when you're looking to start a social enterprise. And one of the things that comes to mind first is the idea. What are we going to do, or what are we going to sell? Now, once you have more than 5 or 6 ideas, it can be difficult to keep track of which ones are more likely to make an impact and which ones are more likely to make a financial return. That's why here at Strategy Made Simple, we use something called an impact and financial viability matrix. It's a simple little tool that helps us visualize which ideas are more likely to make an impact, or how much of an impact they're going to make, which ideas are more likely to have a financial return, or which ideas are likely to do both. Hi, I'm Matthew Rempel, lead coach for Strategy Made Simple, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about how to pick better social enterprise ideas. So when using this tool, the first thing we're going to have to ask is this idea likely to make an impact? This is one of the cornerstones of social enterprise as far as I'm concerned. So when we're looking at each idea, we're going to try to rank them from -5 to +5 on how likely they are to make an impact. When we're talking about this, we're mostly concerned about direct impact through operations. This is not talking about where the money's going to go, not talking about knock-on effects. This is about direct impact through the work you're going to do. So what we're going to do with each idea is we're going to make an assumption from -5 being a significant amount of harm done, 0 being neutral, and +5 being a great amount of impact being created. In this case, the numbers don't actually matter. We can change that as we go along. And depending on the number of ideas you're working with, you might want to change that to -100 to +100. But for purposes of examples, we're going to use -5 to +5. Next, we have to ask the question, how financially viable are these ideas? Because if an idea can't sustain itself over the long term through earned income, then it's less likely to survive. And so when we're thinking about this, we're not really considering grants at this stage. Mostly this is about the earned income through sales of products and services, because that's going to be the regular and most recurring type of income that a social enterprise can earn. So based on that and that alone, we're going to consider from -5 to +5, -5 being a great loss, 0 being breaking even, and 5 earning a great profit through the operations of the social enterprise. We're going to do this for each of the ideas that we have for our social enterprise, and then we'll take each of these ideas based on the values we gave them and plot them on the impact financial viability matrix. So that's how to plot out ideas based on our basic assumptions. And they are assumptions, so they will need to be tested later on. Initially, you should check with other team members or trusted advisors to see if you come up with similar numbers. One exercise you can do, if you have the time, is get each person on the team to fill out their chart independently so that they don't influence each other, and then come together to see where your assumptions lie and why those assumptions exist. And now that you have your filled charts with all of these basic assumptions, we can identify based on which part of the chart they end up in, whether or not it's a likely candidate for a social enterprise. For ideas that end up both positive on impact and financial viability, they are good candidates for a potential social enterprise. There should be testing to evaluate if the assumptions that informed their scores are true or not. Ideally, these will be small-scale experiments and include things such as surveys or minimum viable product prototypes to test some of those assumptions. Ideas that have a high impact score but a low financial viability score are less likely to create a self-sustaining social enterprise. They may be good ideas for a grant-funded social program, or maybe within a portfolio model where some more financially viable ideas make up the shortfall for the ideas that make more impact but don't earn quite as much money. These ideas might also be viable at different scales than the assumed scale, or if the economic conditions surrounding the idea change. Ideas with a low impact score but a high financial viability score are good business ideas, but might not be quite as effective as social enterprises. Be careful with these ideas, because while there might be a good business opportunity there, it might hurt our ability to create impact in the long run. And if there is a business idea that will not cause harm, but doesn't create impact, it might be worthwhile to earn the money to fund other activities that do create more impact. So there could be a way of making it work, but do be careful. And ideas with a low impact score and a low financial viability score are unlikely to lead to good social enterprises because they don't create impact and they're assumed that they're going to lose money. Now, all of these ideas will need to be tested. This tool is great for visualizing where we think they will lie compared to other ideas. But at this point, All of our ideas are based on assumptions and are likely overly optimistic. So we're going to need to create some tests to figure out if it will work and if it is going to create the impact or financial returns that we're hoping for. Any decisions that you're going to make based on this tool should definitely be evaluated before committing significant resources to them, either time or money. Also, this tool does not rank ideas based on the investment that it's going to take to make them work. Well, there might be an idea that looks like a perfect 5-5. There might be other resources or learning that needs to happen before you can make it work. Well, there might be an idea that has a score of 2 or 3 in the impact and the financial viability scores, where you're ready to act on it now. If you'd need to build up a new set of expertise or draw in a lot of resources to make a social enterprise idea work, then it might not be the right time or the right idea for your organization. So make sure you're thinking about what advantages and disadvantages you already have in relation to any ideas that you're considering. Thank you for watching. If you appreciated this, please share it with somebody else. If you need support for your organization as you're looking to start a social enterprise, we might be able to help. Strategy Made Simple exists to help social entrepreneurs learn the skills they need, build capacity in their teams, and to build better social enterprise systems. If you'd like to get in touch, you can email me, Matthew@StrategyMadeSimple, or tweet at me, @Matthew Rempel. And you can see all the other resources that we've published at strategymadesimple.ca. Now, as you go to evaluate your ideas based on their impact on their financial viability, keep it simple.